हेलो बच्चा लोग, हाउ आर यू पीपल? Hope all you are doing well. This is Shipra ma'am again, and I am here to explain you the remaining part of chapter 1 of biology NCERT class 11th. In my last video I have completed characteristics of living world. In my last video I have completed characteristics of living world, diversity of living organisms, nomenclature of living organisms. Now today also we have learned in the last video the taxonomy, systematics and new systematics. Now today's topics are taxonomic categories, taxonomic hierarchy. Firstly, I will explain you what is taxonomic categories. Firstly, what is taxonomy? In my last class, I have explained you what is taxonomy. Taxonomy is the system of naming all the living organisms, right? We have completed taxonomy and systematics and new systematic. Hope you all have understood the terms. If you have any query related to these terms and related to any topic which has been completed in the last video, you can message me on the comment box. Today we'll start from taxonomic categories. The term taxon was introduced by first time by ICBN in 1956. Mayer in 1964 defined taxon as taxonomic group of any rank that is sufficiently distinct to be worthy of being assigned a definite category. All the organisms has been categorized in different categories, right? So in taxonomic category, what we do is we characterize the organism, we identify the organism, then we classify them in different categories, and then the nomenclature, then we name them. Okay, so the taxonomic categories are those categories in which the organisms are distributed according to their similarities and their differences. The taxonomic hierarchy, the system of arranging organisms in a definite sequence. There is the categories are in a definite sequence of various taxonomic categories arranged in proper descending order. Proper descending means the characters which are in common in a huge community, in a huge number of organisms, and then in the characteristics in the small group of organisms. So for example, we are living in Southeast Asia. We are Asian. We are living in the Southeast Asia area, and we are Indians. So the characteristics of Indians are being grouped in species, and as we living in a part of world which is known as Southeast Asia, there are many countries included in it. So it is kingdom. Like this is the example I am giving you about to explain what is taxonomy categories. It was first proposed by Carolus Linnaeus. He is the father of systematic botany as well, and he is also known as father of taxonomy, which is very important related to the competitive exams, whether it is NEET or any biology related competitive exam. It is very important who is known as the father of taxonomy. Okay, next is the categories in which all the organisms are being classified or have been kept. First is kingdom, second is phylum, third is class, fourth is order, family, genus and species. So kingdom, you can see that kingdom kingdom is a large area. It is the biggest, it is the largest taxonomic categories. All the organisms, all the animals are kept in kingdom animals. They have all the characteristics which an animal have. All the plants are kept in kingdom plants. Okay, then then after kingdom it comes class with related characteristic features in similar, then order, then family, genus and species. I will explain you them one by one. First is species. Species as a group of potentially interbreeding population that are reproductively isolated from other such groups. Species, those organisms are grouped in same species who can interbreed. Okay, so interbreeding is the main characteristic feature, main phenomena which comes in species. When we kept two organisms in same species, that means they can interbreed with each other. Species is a group of individuals resembling one another in all major vegetative reproductive characteristics. They resemble each other. The most most of the characteristics are resembling in the organisms which are kept in same species. For example, sapiens. Sapiens is the name of an species. Next is genus, a group of related species. When two species have some common characteristics, two species have some common characteristics, then it makes genus. Like all the species in genus have many common characteristics and all have evolved from common ancestors, like Homo sapiens. Homo is for humans, Homo sapiens. Next is family. A family is an assemblage of related genera. When two or more genus are related to each other with their characteristics, it forms a family. Hominidae. It is a family in which we humans are being kept. Order. An order is a group of related families. When families are assembled, it forms a group of order. In group, it forms a order, like primata. Next is class. Several related orders having certain common characteristics form a higher category called the class. Several related orders. Many orders are assembled in a class, like Mammalia. Next slide. Second last is phylum. Classes having same features in common constitute a many characteristics are common in one phylum organism. The term phylum is used in the case of classification of animals, and the term division is used in the case of plant classification. Phylum and on division. Phylum we say phylum when we are classifying animals, and division when we are classifying plants. For example, Chordata. Chordata is an animal phylum. Kingdom animal में Kingdom Animalia में Chordata phylum होता है. Next is kingdom. It is the highest taxonomic category in the biological classification. It includes one or more related divisions or phylums. It includes many phylums in it. Plants are put in kingdom Plantae, animals are put in kingdom Animalia. So it is the largest taxonomical category. So we can say that smallest taxonomical category is species and the largest taxonomical category is kingdom. Now it is very important to learn the series in which we write it. Kingdom, firstly comes kingdom, then phylum, then class, then order, family, genus and species. So there is a learning trick. Karina, Priyanka call over, friends get samosa. Karina K for kingdom, Priyanka P for phylum, call C for class, over O for order, friends F for family, genus G get for genus, and samosa S for species. So it will make it you easy to learn the correct order. Sometimes the student forget the correct order, and it is a specific order in which we write the classification. For more explanation, the species are the smallest category. We start from the highest one, the largest taxonomical category, then going to the smallest one. For example, kingdom is Animalia, and when we are talking about the classification of human being, kingdom Animalia, we human beings are kept in kingdom Animalia, animals, organisms able to move on there. This is the characteristic feature of all the animals. Then we are kept in phylum Chordates, animals with backbone. We are mammals, we have fur or hair and milk producing glands. Then the class is Mammalia. Primates, mammals with collarbones and grasping fingers is the order. This is the characteristic feature of primates. Hominids, primates with relatively flat faces and three-dimensional version. So they are in hominid. Family is hominids. These are the characteristics according to which we have been kept in families, orders, class, genus. Hominids with upright posture and large brains is our genus. And Homo sapiens, member of genus Homo with a high forehead and thin skull bones. So this is all about the classification, the taxonomical categories in which we have been kept. Human beings are being kept. Next slide. It is the last topic of your chapter, which is called the taxonomical aids. Student, what is aids? Aids are something which helps us to do something. Like pen and pencil are used. Pen and pencils are helpful in writing notes. So they are the aids to make good notes. So aids here means the things which helps us in classifying and classifying, identifying and naming of the different types of organisms. So these are known as taxonomical aids. Taxonomists have developed different types of taxonomic aids to help in identification, basically nomenclature and classification of all the organisms. These are the things which we use for identifying, nomenclature and classification of organisms. There are 5 important taxonomical aids which have been explained in NCERT. First is herbaria, second is botanical gardens, museums, zoological parks and keys. I will explain, we will cover them one by one. Firstly, herbarium. What is herbarium? Herbarium is singular, herbaria is plural. Herbarium, it is a depository of plant specimen in dry condition. We dry the plant specimens and stick them on the paper. The specimen is dried, mounted on a paper and properly labeled. Then we label it properly. Each herbarium sheet is to be labeled properly to avoid confusion. See, here is the diagram I have pasted here for more explanation. The labeling is there. Appropriate labeling should be there to avoid the confusion. Each herbarium sheet is to be labeled. The label should carry scientific name along with author's name, local name, what we need when we are labeling, the author's name, the person who has collected, the local name of that species of plant, name of family, locality from which it has been collected, date of collection and name of the collector who has collected it. The label is pasted on the right hand corner of the bottom of the herbarium sheet. See here, the right hand side of the herbarium sheet. Next is botanical gardens, another taxonomical aid which help us to identify and classify the organisms as botanical garden. Botanical gardens are the places or institutions that maintain the living plant species. Most important thing is it is preserving the living plant species. Okay. The living plant species. Of different varieties of plants in the reference. Understood? A botanical garden contains plant species from various corners of world. It is in a botanical garden, the plant species has been preserved from different parts of the world. The plant species in botanical gardens are grown for identification purpose. We identify different types of organisms, different types of plant species there. So it is mainly used for the identification purpose. Botanical garden has greenhouses also, a library, a herbarium, research laboratory, etc. These are the things which have been kept in botanical gardens. At present, there are 600 botanical gardens throughout the world. We have 600 botanical gardens. There are some important botanical gardens in the world, which is very important again from the NEET point of view. Many MCQs come from this part. The Hanging Garden of Babylon are considered among the wonder of ancient world. The largest botanical garden of the world is Royal Botanical Garden at Kew in England. It is the largest. It is the diagram. It is the picture of Kew, in which water lilies are there. Largest water lilies are there, and it is also called the botanical capital of world. See, it can come in your MCQs part. The largest botanical garden of India is Indian Botanical Garden at Kolkata. The largest botanical garden in Asia is Tropical Botanical Garden at Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. Next is museum. What is a museum? It is an institution where artistic and educational plants, artistic plants are also there, educational plants are also there, animals are preserved, stored and exhibit to public. There are natural science museums, science museum and zoological museums. Plants and animals specimens are preserved and as dry specimen. Plants and animals are dried there. Insects are preserved in insect box after collecting, killing and pinning them. They are killed, they are collected, they are killed and then they are pinned in a box. Next are the keys. It is also very important. A key is a tool by which each species in a group and organism may be identified on the basis of characteristics. Understood? We also use this taxonomical aid to identify. The taxonomic keys are based on contrasting characters. The characteristics are in pair are called couplets. For example, it is the example of animals. For example, in plants, we have taken a plant and we have classified its leaves as parallel venation or reticulate venation. If the plant have a parallel venation or the reticulate venation, which we will complete in the plant physiology part. What is parallel venation? What is reticulate venation? So I'm just giving an example. What are the characteristic features? Like, for example, there is a thief. You have been watching in a CCTV camera that there is a thief who is coming and coming to break your house. So you will identify according to its category, like he is a male or a female. If it is a female, you will say it is a male. So females are out. You will concentrate on males, all the males. Then you will see concentrate whether he is short-heighted or athletic. So short-heighted, the thief is short-heighted. Then you will look all for the short-heighted person. So every couplet is the characteristic, contrasting characteristic, which we study for as taxonomical aid. They may be of two type, intended keys and bracketed key. दो तरह के होते हैं, intended key होता है या फिर bracketed key. If a key provides sequence of choices between two or more statements of characters of a species, it is called indented. Each statement in a key is lead. As I have told you earlier, I have given an example of a thief. When we are looking for a thief, we are looking the characteristics of that particular person, and it is giving the characteristic, giving us the lead. It is in a sequence. If the pair of contrasting characters are not repeated by subdividing characteristics and each character is giving a number in a bracket, it is called bracketed. Like here, dry skin, number 1. Dry skin, we are characterizing on the basis of dry skin. If the animal is having dry skin, no, it has a hair on its skin. That means it is the second. It is the characteristic which we are looking for. It becomes the second point. Then hairs. Lizard don't have hairs, which have the human beings have hairs. We are looking for this. So opposable thumbs. Okay, it has opposable thumb. It is the third lead. Then bipedal. It becomes the fourth opposable thumbs. One is no, and it is yes. The next one is yes. The bipedal. We are looking for bipedal, who walks on 2 legs. Okay, so the gorilla is 4 pedal and human beings are bipedal. So we are talking about human beings. So it is a key which is used for identifying the organisms. Another is zoological park. Zoological park are the places where animals are kept in protected environment under human care, right? These enable us to learn about the food habits and behavior. Actually, it is not a taxonomical aid. It is for reading, for studying the food habits and behavior of the organism. The largest, it is important. These names are very important. The largest zoo in world is Zoological Park of Kruger in South Africa. Largest zoo in India is Zoo of Kolkata. Other taxonomical aids which we use to study are flora of that place. The natural habitat of plant species is from where it is the place from where it has been collected is called the flora. These contains the actual account of habitat and the distribution of plant species of a given area. These are the book basically which gives the plant species of a given area. Monograph. These are the handbooks which provide the available information of any taxon. Only one taxon, family or genus has been explained. All the information are given in that monograph. Manuals are there. These provide information for identification of manual and information of identification of names and species occurring in an area. They are also help in correct identification. These helps in correct identification of a particular habitat, like it is the aquarium plant manual in which all the plants which lives underwater, sea water, have been given. Next is the catalog. These provide the list of publications. The publications publish the books, periodicals and dictionaries which provide new information about the taxonomic studies. Okay, so this is all about your chapter. I hope all you have understood the chapter well. We will do the second chapter very soon. I will upload the second chapter very soon. So till then, if you have any query related to the topic, any topic you are not able to understand, you can comment me. And please like, share and subscribe my channel so that I can make more better videos for you people. It is just for your better explanation and better understanding of the chapter. Till then, stay healthy, stay awesome, but stay tuned. Okay, bye.